Hello, this is Weldon Well Armed. Today we're looking at the Stryke Extreme hearing protection. These are Bluetooth enabled. They're supposed to give 29% dB sound reduction. They're by the company Anvil. They do have a more expensive version than this, but I think I paid too much for these. So I guess you know how the review is going to go. When I first got these, they came with very small earmuffs. The ear pad was very, very small, Lilliputian in size, I would say. Not that I have big ears, but yeah, they're pretty big. So they always felt like they were going to fall out of my ear. So the first 2 weeks I couldn't even take them to the range till I found some big ones. And then even when I put these big ones on all the way, they still felt like they were going to fall out of my ears. So you can see how the shaft is sticking out. That's the only way I could get them to fit my ears properly. So they bend nicely over your ear and really formed to fit your ear in a comfortable way. As far as the controls go, you have two controls, so you have to memorize, everything. The on off is on this one. The knobs kind of feel the same. The volume's on this one. The Bluetooth connection's there. Work with the Bluetooth is fairly easy. The packaging is nice, but as far as using these on the indoor range, they're horrible. They do not give you proper hearing protection, and they also do not amplify. It's better than not having amplification, but it's definitely not for 6x additional hearing. You're not going to use these like hearing aids or anything like that. Me having a hearing problem ever since my Army days, I was kind of hoping, I could wear them around the house and be able to hear and listen to some Bluetooth and hear some quality music, talk on the phone with them. You can talk on the phone with them. You can listen to music. They're not a great experience. I mean, compared to wired in-ear monitors, these are going to be a lot better than these. As compared to other Bluetooths, they're marginal, I would say. I do have a pair of Howard lights that also have Walkers that have the dongle below. It has a single dongle below, and I'd say I bought those for $45 on Amazon, reconditioned. They work better than these, but they only lasted for about 2 months on me. They do come with a nice case. Let's see what they say. They say hearing enhancement 6x. That's not true at all. Hearing protection. You cannot shoot these indoor, especially with the silicone type tips. They don't work at all. Zero hearing protection. With the foam, the memory foam, they work pretty good. Maybe for outdoor shooting, but not for indoor shooting. When you're alone in the range, they work okay. Just a little bit painful. But when you're shooting with, when I went shooting with Nighthawk a couple of weeks ago, I had to leave the range and put my over-ear protection. If you're not right on the gun and behind the gun, behind a 12 gauge, behind an AR-15 with a 12-inch barrel, you're gonna wish you had some over-ear protection. So the Bluetooth connection does work. You do get a good bit of distance with these. A 12-hour battery life, I'd say it's 6 or 7 hours. Also, there's no indication light, so when it runs out, you're out. You can see the indication on your phone, on the app, but that's the only way you can see how much battery life. It really only says full, 70%, 30%, and 0. So it's not a real gas gauge type of thing. The foam tips were too small. The silicone tips were way too small. Lilliputian. I'll show you what they look like. Just kind of a joke. It's almost the same size as these. So that's what came with it. They're actually 4 pair. I think these were the smaller, but the mediums were not, the large were not much. You can see the difference in what it took. Came with a nice little case. So the silicone were just complete trash. The way they fit over your ear, it is pretty comfortable compared to other ones that are just come in one size only. I do like that you can kind of bend the wire to fit your ear, and it doesn't either pinch or get too wide. It just fits every time. So that was the only really good thing I felt. It also says they're sweat proof. That might be true, but I got these in November, so I can't really say they were sweat proof. I would not recommend these for indoors, maybe outdoors. So I think shooting is kind of out with these. Riding with a motorcycle probably would be safe. Lawnmower would be safe. And making phone calls. People kind of said when I was on the phone or when I was on a YouTube chat that I sounded far off. So, communication is kind of iffy. So that's my review of the Axil Ghost Strike Extreme earmuffs. Cannot recommend them. I would not recommend them to a friend or an enemy. So this is Will and Well Armed. Have a great day and be prepared.